So labor is involved because there's obviously some inconsistencies that we think can be improved upon, and the inconsistencies come from every level. It's from citizens, it's from the labor groups, it's from the managerial groups, administration, doctors, it's from the staff. So from that, it's just a matter of making sure that we can reach out to individuals and say how important it is to really just wash your hands. You know, this 2x4 campaign is pretty important. It's a matter of really having the 2 identifiers and the 4 touch points when somebody goes into the room to leave, but at the same time there's a lot more that can be done to make it better. This is just a starting point, washing your hands. Then it's about talking about how do we improve the whole system, right? Because we're not going to get a hospital anytime soon. So it's about identifying how do you explain to individuals when their loved one goes into pre-op that, hey, when you kiss them, you should wash your hands because you could spread whatever they have, whether it be MRSA, RSV, whether it be C. diff, and then from that, if it's from antibiotics like my father contracted, is there some type of standard operating procedure test that can be done so he doesn't go home and suffer those symptoms for 2 weeks, and then by the time he comes back to the hospital, it's already too late for him because he just doesn't have the immune system to be able to fight it off. So those are some of the major challenges that we're talking about, and those are the ideas that we're trying to put on the table and say, how do we collaboratively do this? It's not about saying this is how you have to work as staff, or it's not saying, hey, administration, this is how you have to present it to us for us to have it in the right way or context. It's about sitting down and saying, how do we identify all the scenarios that play into this, and how do we make sure that even citizens understand when they're coming into the hospital, they need to wash their hands, and when they leave, they need to wash their hands, and when they touch their loved one, they need to make sure that they're taking the right precautions. Like I said earlier, one of the challenges, once we found out my dad has C. diff, you know, we had gone home immediately and started bleaching the tiles, the countertops, because we didn't know how contagious this was. And my mom is 83 years of age, and we thought, oh my God, are we bringing it home and giving it to her? You don't understand the full implication till you actually sit with somebody in the healthcare industry and have them explain it to you over a few minutes. But once you get it, it kind of clicks and you think, wow, I mean, how easy is that? And again, I've come into the hospital on a number of occasions where, you know, you have those big, you know, silhouettes in front of the door with all the garb that you need, you know, the masks and the gloves. And by that extension, you think about, you know, why is it spreading so easily? Why is it going into all the different wards? How do we stop that? How do we maybe, you know, wash the curtains more to help prevent that type of measure? And how do we talk to the citizens and explain to people that it's all of our jobs together to be able to express that we have to do this more regularly, washing our hands, because that's the first step. And like David Mouche said, you know, once they start identifying the rates at which people are washing their hands, and we can get to 100%, and we could start to see that virus starting to go down, whether it be MRSA, RSV, C. diff, hepatitis, then we can start saying, hey, we're successful. What's the next step now? How do we even improve upon that? And that's all we're saying. We're saying that we could spend more time with our loved ones, and if that's a possibility, then we should take advantage of it.